But let's just go across now to our special guests on the show, and that, of course, will include Mr. Sudhindra Kulkarni from the BJP. I'm also joined by Shobha Dey, this columnist from Mumbai, and of course, who's been writing extensively about this. First reactions, Shobha, from you today on what's actually happened and what's the feeling you've got from talking to people, and what the overwhelming feeling really is there today.
You know, the amazing thing is how completely indifferent the city seems to be to a decision which is so key, and which the city had been in a way holding its breath for, anticipating. The secrecy, I completely understand. These are matters of state, and how can you possibly make something of this kind public? We don't know exactly what the secrecy was about, and if it's indeed the human rights issue, then that is quite disgraceful. I have a feeling it's much more than that. But what I'm concerned much more about is the city's apathy. It's like it's happening somewhere else, to someone else, and has nothing really to do with Mumbai, when it was such a direct kind of an engagement with Mumbai that the passions should have been riding much, much higher. However, sobriety is perhaps the need of the hour. Sober the city certainly is. Indifference, I don't think I can live with. When we talk about closure, what kind of closure? For those who lost their loved ones, there can be no closure. After all, who is Kasab? He was just a little foot soldier,
yes.
One tiny cog in the wheel. Mm-hmm. He is not the person who in any way was the mastermind. He was just someone who was sent off to do his dirty job. He was not even expected to come back alive.
In fact, those are one of the ultimate ironies really, when you talk about giving the death sentence to a man who came as a suicide, as a fidain, as a suicide attacker in a sense. But Sudhindra Kulkarni, come in here, because in a sense, the secrecy with which this operation was carried out, the whole argument of the BJP being that this government is soft on terror, in a sense, that whole argument has been undercut by what happened today.
You know, I am expressing my personal views on this matter.
Yes.
For the party's view, you should, you should call the official spokespersons.
So of course, in the BJP, many are expressing their personal views now, Mr. Kulkarni. We just saw Mr. Yashwant Sinha do that yesterday.
Today is not a day to be celebrated or rejoiced.
Of course.
Rather, it's a day for introspection, and in particular, Pakistan and the people of Pakistan need to do a lot of introspection.
Right.
You know, in India, the law has taken its course, but let's not think that this is all meant to bring a closure to the suffering or the loss of the victims of this heinous, barbaric attack. You know, we should all be thinking of how to bring closure to terrorist violence, both in India but also in Pakistan, because the evil that Kasab represented, that evil is also taking hundreds of innocent lives in Pakistan itself.
Yes.
So therefore I am saying that this is a time for the people of India, the people of Pakistan, Hindus, Muslims, all of us to think of how to bring terrorist violence, communal violence to an end.
How to really focus on making peace from this. But let me go across now to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Prithviraj Chavan, who joins us. Mr. Chavan, firstly, a decision, a hanging which has been carried out in complete secrecy, and that's been welcomed by many because this didn't become a spectacle. As Chief Minister, on the evening of such an important decision, of such an important event that took place, are you satisfied by how things went?
Well, I think the day we received the news from Delhi that President had rejected the application for pardon, the ball got set rolling in Maharashtra. The additional judicial magistrate on 11th fixed the date, time and place. So once we knew that it's going to happen on 21st, the challenge was to keep it quiet, confidential, secret. I personally was worried about another adventure by Pakistan for publicity purposes, and there's also a fear that somebody could move the court, and although all the avenues were exhausted, but there still could be some NGO or somebody could, those who are opposed to capital punishment could come and cause problems. I think this incident which happened in Mumbai has shaken up Mumbai and Maharashtra, as it did the whole country. And I think people demanded that that justice should be done. Now that we completed the entire process, the due process of law was done, and I'm very proud how every component of that whole process performed. I must also thank the union government. It is only because of their decision to take an early decision on the mercy petition. Once the mercy petition was rejected, then rest of it was in the domain of the state government. Our only challenge was to keep it to a very close circle and to keep it secret. And I think I'm happy to report that although about 6 or 7 or 8 people knew about the whole timetable,
yes,
it was kept completely secret. And I was very particular that it should not be an occasion for chest thumping or patting on the back. The fact that law took its course, that punishment was meted out as per the law, irrespective of the fact that Kasab was a foreign national, he got the same treatment under the legal system of India. It also is a proof that Indian judicial system is matured, and I think we showed to the world. There were witnesses from other countries. We tried our best to seek cooperation for Pakistan.
Yes.
We did not get it, but that didn't take away from the quality of justice that was meted.
Mr. Chauhan, can you tell us now that the operation is over, it's been carried out in the way the state government wanted? Can you tell us now details of what actually happened? There's been some confusion about whether Ajmal Kasab, before being hanged, actually said that in the name of Allah, I will never commit a mistake like this again. What actually happened at the hanging?
Well, I was not there in Pune. I was in Mumbai.
Yes, of course.
My Home Minister was in Mumbai. We were communicating with the authorities in Pune, and I was very particular that the jail manual be followed strictly, that there should be no infirmity in the process. The fact that we had never had carried out an execution since 1995, the people who handled the files, people who pushed the papers were extremely jittery, extremely worried. It is not something that you do in your day-to-day routine file work. So our Secretary Prisons, Ms. Medha Gadgil, or our Home Secretary, all of them handled every single requirement of the law, the jail manual, the ADG prisons, everybody cooperated, coordinated. There was a call when he should be shifted from Mumbai to Pune.
Yes.
We were worried that if you give too much time in Pune, there could be additional burden on Pune system in Yaroda jail. So we decided that the date of shifting be postponed till 19. So Kasab was shifted to Pune only day before yesterday night. He was given imam or a religious leader was present to perform last rites, and he was asked whether he would like to write a will. He refused to do that. He was given the order. He signed the acknowledgement that he received the order, understood the order. It was in Urdu. He signed in Urdu. So nobody can say that he was not informed or he was not in his full senses when he knew what is going to happen to him. The attempt was made to inform his next of kin, his mother, but I think Pakistan authorities did not cooperate. But we did all that was required of us as per our jail manual.
And I think really the world has watched, and in that sense we've heard Pakistani politicians also say that they wish that America had often taken a lesson on how India tried Kasab. But just to ask, in a sense, Maharashtra, and especially for the police, the state must have been an extremely challenging time, because we know, of course, the funeral of Bal Thackeray happened on Sunday, the state police on full alert, then the hanging of Kasab, which you knew, and I presume a few people, top people in the state knew was going to happen today. So an extremely challenging time. Are you satisfied today, sir, that this has gone the way you would have wanted, that there are going to be no repercussions in any sense? Because we know the argument for Afzal Guru has been about law and order. You are satisfied today that this has happened exactly the way you would have wanted it, and the Mumbai police is prepared for any possible repercussions, whether from Pakistan or anywhere?
Well, I think our task was to make sure that we are prepared, that we are not caught by surprise. After the presidential mercy petition was rejected, rejection of the mercy petition by President, I mean, rest of it was on, there's nothing we could do about it. The law had to take its course. Only worry was whether any judicial challenge will come up or whether any security threat would happen. We took care of that. But other than that, I think we followed the requirement of the jail manual, requirement of the law precisely. We worried that since we had never done it in a long time, there could be mistakes, that his rights should be given to him, that is, he should be allowed to write his will if he wanted to, that his next of kin, if they wanted to be present, should be allowed to be present. All that, what was required in the jail manual was followed. Of course, it was a trying time. All of us knew when the Thackeray funeral was taking place that this is going to happen after some time. And we couldn't share it with anybody except a few people in Delhi. And we just hope that both events would turn out normally. We deployed force in full strength in the Thackeray funeral. I think that also went incident-free, although a lot of people congregated at Shivaji Park and the residence. And then later on, this transfer, we even contemplated whether he should be shifted by air. But then it would have, suspicions would have arisen because we would have had to carry arms in the aircraft, and that would require special permission of the Home Ministry, which will again, raise doubts and raise questions about why arms were being carried out. So we decided against carrying him, lifting him by air, and then we chose to go by road. The ITBP contingent, which was guarding him in Arthur raid, the first option was to let that contingent continue to guard him, but then they decided against it. The ITBP team was kept in Arthur Road jail, Mumbai, but a new team guarded Kasab in the last 2 days in Pune. So I think everybody was on the top of the situation, and I compliment the police, and my heart goes out to Tukaram Omle, a police official from my district who caught Kasab alive. The temptation to liquidate a perpetrator of such heinous crime was great. Just imagine what would have happened if Kasab was killed. I mean, there would be no trace or no link to Pakistan, and then Pakistan would have happily blamed that it was a indigenous operation, that was local people who did it, and we would have lost the trail. But Tukaram Omle paid with his life. So did so many other brave police officers, and 166 people, innocent people who lost their life. I think justice finally has been meted out.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.